Glenn Villeneuve's role in Life Below Zero will live on in infamy. That is why the start of a new season without him was bittersweet. The National Geographic series cast members are unique since they have nothing but bears, wolves, and foxes for companionship. And Glenn was also one of the celebrities who chose to settle in secluded areas of Alaska and document his incredibly chilly lifestyle for the Life Below Zero television show. But what suddenly made him quit the show? Did something bad happen to him on the show? If you want to know all about it, stay with us until the end of the video. And let's get started. Everyone enjoys watching characters flourish and endure in harsh environments, and Life Below Zero is no exception. The characters in this episode are a group of hunters and survivalists who are able to navigate the Alaskan wilderness without getting hurt or killed. Glenn also happens to be the most adored member of the senior cast. So we'll begin with the question, who actually is Glenn Villeneuve? Glenn Villeneuve is a white American hunter and reality television celebrity. He was born in Burlington, Vermont on August 18, 1969. Glenn has always been fascinated by nature, and as a result, he spent a sizable chunk of his childhood learning how to survive in the jungle. His turbulent upbringing left him without a formal education. So at a young age, he made the decision to educate himself and chose a lifestyle that was unimaginable. The courageous man moved to Alaska in 1999 and settled in Chandalar, a small community 200 miles north of Fairbanks. He was determined to survive in the wilderness and inclement weather. He calls himself a nomad, a person without a fixed address who frequently travels through the same area. So, being a nomad, he truly demonstrated that he was the right choice. Then, in the year 2013, his life took a major turn. But how? Actually, Life Below Zero, the documentary reality series that changed Villeneuve's career and fortunes, was started by BBC Worldwide after they discovered him. According to the sources, Glenn initially made his mark as a celebrity when he joined the cast of the documentary television show Life Below Zero when he was 35 years old. Since then, our survival expert has been spotted going to various locations in the wild Alaska and investigating various means of navigating the wilderness. He once escaped from a wolf and prevented a lethal attack, for instance. In addition, during his more than 20 years in the wilderness, Villeneuve encountered numerous situations where his life was in danger. Even watching how these hunters managed to survive in such extreme weather conditions was very difficult. He even experienced a 4-month stretch without encountering a human before being captured by about 20 wolves. Glenn, however, emerged victorious. Well, a man may endure anything to follow his love when he is so enamored with nature that he names his children after various species of flora and fauna. Now, although the documentary is running on its 20th season, Glenn shared the journey up to his 11th season. His fans saw him in the show for more than 80 episodes during his years as a crew. It seems the public cherished the fan-favorite TV star's nomadic life pretty much. He was most admired for the episode in which he migrated his family from a cabin at Fairbanks to a small hut at the Brooks Range. Further, he gained a huge fan following through his tough expeditions of 3 months to the most remote places. So the show was going smoothly until the 11th season, when something happened in the next one. The fans were shocked to notice Glenn missing on the 12th season of Life Below Zero. The documentary was a reality-based infotainment show. Therefore, the fans quickly assumed that our survival expert might have been severely injured or witnessed a fatal accident. In no time, social media was flooded with news of him missing from the show, which further brought the issue to hype. Some pessimists even took him for being dead and spread the hoax. However, to be clear, the confusion our fan-favorite star stood up to the media and posted his statements about his last episode on Facebook back in September 2019. He informed his fan community that the contract had pulled off as agreed, and the producers were not extending the contract's tenure. After learning about the abolition of the show, his close followers expressed their discontent and disappointment over the internet, although there was no response from the producers. Nevertheless, his words were not covered by many news sites and portals thoroughly, and the confusion lasted longer around international fans. After that, Glenn revealed on Joe Rogan's podcast that he was dropped from Life Below Zero. After being dropped out of the show, our survival expert was waiting for an official response about the action from the producers. But there was none. While having the talk, our bold star expressed that there had been a mild dispute between him and the producers for a long time. The difference in their vision arose when he thought of filming more recreational and educational content rather than ordinary daily works of hunter-gatherers, which the producers wanted. He also confessed that the production unit discontinued filming his part right after the first episode of that season without any prior notice. Getting concerned, he had mailed the producers, to which they responded by writing that there was no part for him, and that the show was preoccupied. Right after the response, he shared his feelings of disappointment with the producers on various social media. So, what is Glenn from Life Below Zero doing now? After the media job was over for our wilderness celebrity, he is currently employed on his own. He has truly managed the fame he earned from years of his experience living in the wild. Although the broadcasting platform slipped from his hands, he hasn't given up on sharing his actions with his fans. He is active, being a survivor in the extreme Arctic climates and streaming his videos over the internet. For now, the former Life Below Zero cast is residing with his family and working on his own projects at Fairbanks and the Brooks Range in Alaska. Over there, he still hunts, traps, and gathers animals, and he teaches his fan and families about dealing with unfriendly weather in Arctic regions. Apart from these, he is often heard attending many podcasts in which he shares his experience from the past. One of the mentionable podcasts, different from the previously discussed one, is the episode called The Unbeaten Path with Glenn Villeneuve of Fathom and Friends. He is also active on different social media, where he updates multiple events relating to his life. His fans are happy to see their favorite nomad celebrity performing life-saving actions. And although the celebrity job is gone, our star is living happily with his family. He is satisfied with everything he has earned and learned so far. Talking about his net worth, through many years of his as a television artist, our Alaskan artist has managed to earn around $500,000 as of late 2022. As he is not a TV show cast anymore, his major sources of income have shifted to online social media and his personal projects. Apart from being a survival expert, Glenn is a real estate owner and a stock market investor. These sources account for a greater part of his income. Regarding his social influence, he has quite a huge number of followers on Twitter and Facebook. In his personal life, our fan-favorite survival expert has been engaged twice in his life. His first life partner was Sylvia Dalmatian, with whom he fathered a daughter and a son named Willow Leaves and Wolfsong. She was a German opera singer, and their parents had tied the knot in 2001. However, the relationship didn't last well after the family moved to Alaska, resulting in divorce in 2013. After that, being alone for some months in the extremities of the Alaskan climate, our hunter-gatherer vouched for a family with Trisha Kazan. The duo moved in together to Alaska in late 2014. Trisha brought her daughter, Amelia Atkins, whom she had separated from her first husband, with her as she moved in. The couple, who had been married for a few years, welcomed a little girl named Agatha in June 2017. 6 people currently make up Glenn's family, including his children Willow and Wolf from the previous marriage, and they all contentedly coexist in the wilds of Alaska. Glenn currently spends his time remodeling his Fairbanks home, while appearing as a regular guest on podcasts. He often updates his social media platforms with new content, and has a distinctive way of life that some people would find difficult to understand. Even still, Glenn and his family are both happy with their life right now, and it's always fascinating to learn about different people's viewpoints. That's all for today. If you are interested in more, have a look at this video. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe.